and welcome. I am Scrapperlock, and this is City of Heroes on the private Everlasting server. Um, we are with our character, Silver Phoenix, who's level 21, has 166,000 experience and over 1.5 million influence. We're here with Piper Irving, who is a contact. When last we left off, I had completed a tip mission, so I'm now sort of +1 on the hero side versus the vigilante side. This character's a true blue hero, so we'll be doing more of these and getting more hero points, but in the meantime, I want to see if I can start another story arc. We've had one story arc for Mercedes Sheldon. In past episodes, I talked about how originally you could only be on one story arc at a time, I'm pretty sure. You could have 3 missions at once, at most, and be on one story arc at a time. And if you were on a story arc and you went to the contacts who were ready to give you story arcs, my recollection is they wouldn't, because you couldn't be on more than one story arc at a time. But apparently they've greatly upped the number of missions you can have. I think you can up to 7 at once, and apparently you can have 3 story arcs at a time. So we can see if Piper will give us a few missions and maybe get us into a story arc. So she's our Talos Island contact. I've turned XP back on. I just spent about an hour and 15 hour and 20 minutes running group missions with my super team. Started out as an 8-man team, then became a 6-man team as 2 people had to disconnect. We were doing missions with Moonbeam, who is fighting the Council, and so we did a couple of missions with them, and it was really fun. And I was joined by 2 characters I'm really becoming quite fond of, All-Star and Sunborn Guardian, who are played by really awesome role players, and we had a lot of fun with that, and I enjoyed it, although I have to say I'm starting to get a little tired of essentially being unable to do any how can I say this, unable to stand in and take it, in part because this thing, Practice Brawler, is not permanent. So I definitely want to try to gain some experience, get to level 2 so we can put our single origin enhancements on there and get Practice Brawler hopefully permed. So there's a way to do that. I haven't done it yet by hitting Control Click, and so that's what I'm going to hope to see if I can accomplish in the next episode or 2. And we're going to start by hearing about the Richti War. In the wake of the Richti War, there's been a resurgence of all kinds of mysticism. This has helped in some cases, even providing the city with new hope, but it has also caused a great deal of trouble. One new cult. Oh, this is awesome. I love the Banished Pantheon. They're one of my favorite factions to fight. They're incredibly brutally hard. They're going to be really hard before we get SOs, so this is going to be tough. They're like an amped up version. They're sort of like a cross between the Vajaloks and the Circle of Thorns, and they can be quite tough at this level, but I think it's going to be really fun. So one new cult calls itself the Banished Pantheon. They have a sort of dark power. They can animate the dead, so that's like Vajalok, right? And call spirits from beyond the grave. That's kind of like the Tsu. They're sort of a mix of the Tsu, the Circle of Thorns, and the Vajaloks. Reporter named Edith Fraser has been investigating them. She's gone missing. Please find her. So we're going to take this mission. Our experience has been turned on, so we're going to be able to gain experience. And we've got to go about a mile away, so she's way the heck up on this island, little island up here. Way up there. And we're going to see if we can rescue her. Now, my friend who plays Delirium is on as a different character. Isra. And so I would be very interested in teaming up with Isra. Don't know what level Isra is. Isra contacted me, said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, I'm doing stuff with my supergroup," but then I did contact back and say, "Okay, we're done now if you want to team up," but you know, Isra might be on another group or something. I just don't know. What did I get? 6 full trays of enhancements. I only have 0. I sell them really fast, so I don't see any reason to keep them. Alright. So we're now on this little island to the north. We have to be very careful here. Oh, I thought this was higher level, but maybe not. So this is Circle of Thorns. There's a little emergency call box here, which I think is kind of cool. I believe that's for a mission. Really nice music in this zone. was trying to get up and I went down. Alright, here we go. There's a lot of circle action out here. I'm surprised it's as low level as it is. I thought this was a slightly higher level zone, but alright. Maybe these islands, they're surrounded by red. Okay, so this is the mission door. I have the feeling we're going to be in the sewers. So let's go ahead and turn on our sewer outfit to fight the Banished Pantheon. Here we go. Oh, it is not the sewers. Alright, so we can go back to our regular costume. It's just a cave. Ah, yes, the Banished Pantheon. There's some really cool stuff. They have like totems and things. So, and sometimes they have walking totems that are really awesome. Now, one of the things I got to be careful about here is I don't have any inspirations. I used them all up in my group mission, and yes, Silver Phoenix died again, which is unfortunate. Oh, these guys are tough. The Death Shaman. And they summon zombies. And I don't think the zombies go away when you kill them. So now I have to fight them. Fortunately, they're not very powerful. Yeah, they have these, like, muskets and stuff. It's really cool. Desiccated husks. Now, these guys, I don't know, we'll have to wait till we get a white con and see if they have smashing damage, but I think they do. Yeah, so this reminds me, so this is what happens as you get into the higher levels, you have to know the enemies, right? So when we did Sky Raiders, go after the engineers, hit them hard, get them out before they put a shield up, because as soon as they put a shield up, everybody becomes impossible to hit, right? With these guys, the lieutenants, the death mages, and there's a couple of others, you want to hit them hard and fast because they will summon other things, and then you've got to fight more creatures, right? I haven't fought the Banished Pantheon in a long time, so you know it's going to take a while for me to get used to them again. But they have these really cool totems, and their bosses they have these like walking totem bosses that are like one of the coolest things in the game. Now, see this drum playing animation, I do not remember having seen that before. Now, the Avalanche Shaman will do earthquake and stone attacks to us. Let's see if we can stun him. Got him. Yes, that's what we want. I want to kick his butt before he has a chance to use his powers. And then this guy, let's take a look. He's taking 40 damage and 76 damage and 50 and 65. So that, I believe that is full damage. 65 from Cobra. Yeah. So they don't have smashing. I thought they had smashing resistance. I'm sure their ghosts do. But I thought the Banished Pantheon had smashing resistance. So this may be a little easier than I thought it would be, because I figured this was going to be like a Bajulok mission on steroids. Now this guy. Okay, these guys are horrible. More Avalanche Shaman. They will do Earthquake if you get them to do it, but I stunned him. If they have a chance, they will do Earthquake. It will knock you down. Now, once we have Practice Brawler permanent, it won't matter. But until then, we have to watch out for them. I believe these guys also have some pretty nasty AoEs. Not the minions, but the lieutenants. Storm Shaman, these guys are the worst. Okay, so what these guys do is they put up that hurricane. So we want to make sure we hit him hard and fast. Stun him, knock him back. If possible. Yeah, so you guys are not seeing what they can do, because I've managed to hit them so hard and so fast that they can't pull out their abilities. But they can be really brutal. And they can do a lot of damage, and they do a lot of mez. So you've got to watch out for them, especially if you don't have mez defenses. You've got to make sure that you hit them really hard, the way I've been doing. This is really cool. So this looks like some kind of a sacrificial altar. Look at that. That is really nice. Like, I don't understand how people can complain that the graphics are bad. Yes, when you zoom in, But who plays the game zoomed in? Out here, it looks great. Oh, what a beautiful game. I really love this game. Okay. Anybody else? Any other banished? Nothing to click on. We just need to find Edith. Every time I hear the name Edith, I think of the 1970s show All in the Family and Gene Stapleton's character, Edith Bunker, who was probably the best character on the show. And now I'm showing my age, of course. Alright, let's see who we get here. Yeah, the Banished Pantheon story arc, if I can get into it, I think you have to be level 25 and above. Banished Pantheon is one of the best story arcs in the entire game. And I'm not going to say too much about it because I don't want to, like, spoilerize it. But, and obviously if you want to get the full effect, I would suggest playing the game and not watching me. In terms of particularly this story arc, because it's so good. Oh, did I miss? Yep, I missed a boss and our lieutenant. We're okay though. Wish I had an AoE, but other than that, we're alright. We got a bunch of heals, so we're fine. Now these husks are not that powerful, except I keep missing them. Oh my gosh, come on. Alright. Yeah, these guys are annoying. And then this guy. Finish him off. Okay, where is Edith? Must be further in. Oh, I hear somebody talking. Lugaboo says to send the woman's soul to them. They shall consume her. Oh, look at that guy. That guy's awesome. This is one of the bosses. Like a floating mask. Again, you gotta pour it on. These guys do mez and all kinds of nasty stuff. Got him. That's not the coolest of the bosses, but it's a darn cool one. I don't know who came up with the Banished Pantheon, but what an awesome concept for a villain group. I really love them. Alright. So we have these husks. This should finish him. And mission complete. And we got a clue. When you rescue Edith... Oh, I got a temporary power too. What is this? Idol of Lugaboo. Lugaboo gives foe minus to hit, self plus HP. Not bad. Does damage to the target and gives him a negative to hit, so it's like a health drain. I've seen a lot of horrible things, says Edith, since I started this investigation. The Banished Pantheon cult, they're inhuman. They worship some kind of lost godlike beings, horrible prehistoric entities that feed on pain. Their chief god is Lugaboo, who demands that they learn all about that they learn about all beings of power. Here, take this idol I discovered. I have a feeling there's some sort of dark magic about it. Now that is cool. It's not the Banished Pantheon story arc, I don't think, but I just love it. Banished Pantheon. So awesome. Alright, we're going to go back to Piper and let her know what we found. As always, I love to be up. I love to be high with super jump. The nice thing about super jump is that it can jump right over the water, which is really cool. Yeah, I started playing an alternate character that has flight, and yeah, flight's like a little easier. You just can hit auto run and just take your hands off the keyboard and fly straight if you're going a long way, but it's not as fast as this, and it's nowhere near as much fun. Looks cool, but not as fun. As you can hopefully see, I'm starting to get better at aiming where I land. So I'm starting to land in the exact spots I want to land now instead of screwing it up. There we go. Piper. Piper says, according to Edith Fraser, the Banished Pantheon is investigating all beings of power. I must say, that phrase has an ominous ring to it. Depending on the definition, it could include heroes like yourself. You're good at this, Silver Phoenix. I hope we'll always be friends. I think some of my new enhancements might help you in your adventures. And she's going to introduce us to Lieutenant Colonel Hugh McDougall, who is part of the Hero Outreach Program, and he deals with the Freak Show and the family. See what missions... Ah, yes! Banished Pantheon. We've got the story arc. The Wheel of Destruction. This is perhaps, I don't know, it's one of my 3 or 4 favorite story arcs in the game. One of my heroes found this broken piece of stone while he was stopping a Banished Pantheon plot. It looks familiar, and I need to find out more about it. Can you take the artifact to Azoria? I'd really like to have her opinion. Yes, I can, because we're going on this story arc. Clues. Piece of the Wheel of Destruction. So the stone wedge. Looks like it might be part of a wheel or a disc. It's covered with strange runes. So now we have 2 story arcs that we're on. Okay, this one. And this one. So we need to go to Atlas Park. I think we'll do that, and then we will stop for the evening. Did I get any enhancements? Oops, didn't mean to do that. Just meant to do this. And why am I sleeping? Thought somebody got me. But no. Alright. So off we go to Atlas Park. So we're now a couple weeks into the... Whoa, rubber banding. I was just going to say, we're a couple weeks into it. The server seemed pretty stable. I experienced some rubber banding when I was on my group mission, but I haven't seen a lot of it solo until just now, and I just rubber banded again. So, you know, the servers have been relatively stable. They seem like they got to reboot them maybe every 2 days, which is probably about what Cryptic was doing. Game's pretty rock solid otherwise. I've been able to play it just like the old days. There's Azoria. She's awesome. I like Azoria. Where did you find this? She says. It appears to be one of the pieces of the Wheel of Destruction. You are meant to keep this, Silver Phoenix. Do not question me. Many villains in Paragon City would kill to have a fully assembled piece of the fully assembled Wheel of Destruction. Okay, that means they're going to come after me. I am going to get ambushed. So let me run outside. I don't want to get ambushed inside. I don't think they can ambush you inside. Let me just do a quick sell right there. I also sold a couple of low-level, you know, sort of common salvage on the auction house for about 15,000 influence. I'm trying not to, you know, overdo it. All right, so let's get away from here. I don't want to get if the bad guys come in, I don't want to get them too close to the heroes, because now we're level 21. We don't want level 21 Banished Pantheon coming in here and smacking around. They're not supposed to aggro anybody but you, but it's possible somebody could shoot at them by accident or whatever. So we have these things to protect. the people up there, and hopefully they won't get past me. I don't know if I'm going to get ambushed. Alright, let's call her. And she says, if Azuria says you're meant to hold on to it, then that's what you should do. She's really wrong. So now, part 2. It looks like the warriors are at it again. They've broken into the warehouse where the museum was storing next month's feature exhibits. What were they looking for? We need to find out. Stop the warriors from stealing the museum's artifacts. So we're going to do this in the next episode. I hope you've enjoyed. Doesn't look like we're going to get ambushed. I'm going to stay over here by the police drones just in case. I'm not afraid of them. Oh. Newsy, okay. I'm not afraid. I just thought maybe that's Spanish or anything. I'm not afraid of an ambush, but I just don't want somebody else to get caught in an aggro. So we'll stop right here so the police drones can protect in case when I log in. Because a lot of times when you zone, that's when the ambush hits, and if logging in counts as zoning, you know, we don't want to get anybody killed. But I'm going to stop for tonight. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll be back next time. I've been Scrapperlock.